Welcome to this special edition of the Lost Estate series podcast. Today we dive into the profound topic of Imago Dei, or the image of God, and its implications for financial stewardship. I am joined by John Lewis, the Director of American Capital Funds Group LLC, Don Johnson, a minister and insurance broker for JLH Investments LLC, and Thomas Clark from Thomas Clark Group LLC, who bring a personal perspective to our discussion. Let's explore how divine nature influences our financial decisions. Understanding the Imago Dei. John, can you start off by explaining what it means to be created in the image of God, particularly in how we handle our finances?
Certainly, Jermaine. Being created in God's image imparts us characteristics like justice, mercy, and generosity. These traits should guide our financial decisions, ensuring that they are ethical and contribute positively to the welfare of our communities.
The ethical implications in financial decisions. Don, considering these ethical implications, how do they manifest in practical terms, especially in your field in insurance and financial services?
Yes, now in our industry, ethics are fundamental. Reflecting God's image in this context means conducting business with honesty and integrity. Now, ensuring transparency and prioritizing our clients' welfare, which builds lasting relationships and trust and serves the community's best interests.
As we look at the challenges of selling an estate, Thomas, you recently experienced the challenge of executing your mother's estate without a will. Could you share that experience for our listeners?
Sure, Mr. Whiteside. Now, this process was incredibly challenging, time-consuming, expensive, and complicated. It took 3 years to settle, largely due to the absence of a will. Now, when there is no will, when a person dies without a will, they are said to have died intestate. And what happens then is the state law takes over and comes into play. And this prolonged legal proceedings is strenuous on the relationships with the family. You have to navigate through all kind of disputes. It's expensive and complicated. This experience showed me just how important it is to have a well-planned estate planning.
That was challenging. As we look to leaving a legacy, John, from a biblical perspective, how important is it to leave an inheritance, and how does this align with our being made in God's image?
Well, scripturally, leaving an inheritance is profound. Proverbs 13 and 22 underscores the importance of generational foresight. This directive is a call to be deliberate in our planning, reflecting God's generational provision for us and ensuring our legacy supports future generations.
Well, as we come to a conclusion of today's podcast, today's discussion has shed light on how closely intertwined our financial decisions are with our spiritual convictions. Thank you, John, Don, and Thomas, for your insights. To our audience, we hope this episode inspires you to reflect on how you can honor God in your financial decisions. Thank you for tuning in to the Lost Estate Educational Series. For more insight and resources, please visit our website and subscribe to our podcast at www.thelostestate.org. Until next time, stay blessed and be wise steward of the resources God has entrusted you with.